Hey guys, I thought I would just film a quick updated perfume collection because of course I've had a few declutters over last year and I've bought some new ones. Can't really see the bottom of that so well, but when we are going to the last shelf. So the first shelf I have here is my Easy Reach perfumes. I changed this top shelf out and the bottom shelf based on the season. This happened naturally, I didn't plan this, but I find that during the winter and the autumn, I'll reach for like my very sweet scents. And then of course during summer, I will swap these ones out and I'll have different scents. But for now, this is what I would reach for every day. So it's funny that the ones that I don't wear as often are in the back. I didn't plan that also. But anyways, you can see there I have Jessica Simpson Fancy, which is a caramel scent. It has a pear at the top. It has some kind of zestiness to it, but it's also sweet. Then in the back there, I have Beyonce's Wild Orchid, which I tend to wear when I come out from a shower, but I haven't been reaching for that. But it's nice. I wore it just the other day. It's still sweet. But if anyone was to come to my perfume collection and ask for any perfumes, I would probably reach for some scents from the back here. I have Japanese Cherry Blossom Strawberry Kiss by The Body Shop, which I spoke about recently in a video in comparison to the Kayali Eden Juicy Apple. I would replace this perfume with that. So I don't need two in my collection because of the type of scents that they are, but I do like the Kayali's Eden Juicy Apple and I love extravagant bottles. So once this is finished or I declutter this by giving it away, I would replace it with the Kayali's one. I have in the back Paris Hilton's Paris Hilton. I really love the scent of this. It doesn't perform well and the spray is very like old, so it has this stiff feeling to the spray, but yeah, but I love this scent and it's pretty reminiscent for me, so I keep it. One day I might get rid of it, I don't know, but for now it's there because that one is one of the first scents I fell in love with over Christmas as I was getting older. I then have Ariana Grande Thank You Next, which is what I thought Delina would smell like, but I'll get into that in a dedicated review for Delina. This is a macaroon scent, sweet, airy, but I have to be in the mood for this kind of scent. It's very sweet and I don't always feel for it smelling like macaroons. Then I have Ariana Grande's Cloud. You know, this is like Baccarat Rouge reminiscent, but it's coconut leaning. This is Burberry Her. You know, this is berry scented. I love this perfume. This is an Easy Reach and it's sweet, but it still doesn't smell like juvenile to me. So if you love berries, you know, anything like Mon Paris and stuff like that, these are your sweet scents basically up here. This, as you can see, is almost finished. This is my Aquilina Pink Sugar. I enjoy wearing this. This is easy for me to use as well. Pretty sweet, but a different kind of sweet, and I think because it has licorice in there, which you know is a kind of bitter note if you've ever eaten licorice, that kind of cuts the sweetness in my opinion. And this doesn't last super long, so the sweetness isn't cloying or anything. Let's go to the next shelf. This next shelf is my favorite shelf because this is like my all year round but daytime glam scents. So if I was going out on a lunch date or a brunch, I would reach for any of these with the exception of two. I don't wear this one, YSL Leap and Tom Ford's Lost Cherry in the back there, but I would say that this shelf is like my transitional from like my day to night scents. So obviously the top was just my day scents and my casual scents, and this is my transitional scents because you'd see the next shelf is my night scents. So I have here, as I said, Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Gotta make it look cute. Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Don't you think the bottle looks luxe? That dark juicy red, looking like nail polish or something. Like, it's just so nice. I will say the longevity is not there and the projection is like only when you just spray it. This has like dark cherry in the top and dark cherry in the mid as well, so it's like very cherry potent. There's nothing like this. I don't think anyone has done a cherry scent that is this cherry potent and like realistic. Like I have my Misguided Power Babe or Babe Power, and that smells cherry potent, but it's a different thing. It's fizzy. This is like liqueur. This is your nighttime. This is your daytime. This is sexy. I have Deja Vu White Flower by Kayali. You know that this is something that turned into a like strong, like for me this is a really beautiful floral scent. I think it's tuberose prominent, and maybe that's what I wasn't loving at first, but it's very pretty, very elegant, and I really do like it. And I feel like because they have the pear in it, it's a fruity floral, but fruity, not like juicy fruity. It's just really nice. You'd have to smell that. This one is Delina. You know that I spoke about Delina before, and I was not on the Delina train. I was not team Delina, but look at this. We have Delina and Delina exclusive here, and I would just have to say that I love it. I'm going to do a dedicated review for both of them to tell you the difference and why I even have them, why they're in my collection. They are the newest in my collection. Yeah, you know that this is an effervescent. This is definitely spring summer appropriate, but I find that you can definitely wear it in the daytime during winter or whatever if you wanted to, but I would more associate this to springtime, summer. But of course it depends on your mood. And then this is definitely autumn, winter, and nighttime and date appropriate. Like it's really sexy. So yeah, you know, it has the same DNA that Delina has with that effervescence base, but it's definitely sweeter, fluffier, just sexier. Her grown sister. Then you know I have Vanilla by KLE. I spoke about this before. This is a brown sugar fragrance, so if you like sweet fragrances, this has a little bit of twist because it's brown sugar. Sometimes it smells like cake batter to me. It's also soft, so it's not cloyingly sweet. I then have KLE's Musk. As you can see, I really like this. This is fresh. This is an easy reach. I definitely wear this after showering, but it's also something that I wear just on a casual day, and it's perfect to cuddle with as well. If you don't want to annoy your partner while laying in bed, I think this would be a perfect scent. I have a dedicated video for all my KLE perfumes because I have everything from the line, so if you want to see that, I'll link that in the cards above and I'll put it in the description box. Then I have Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. You've heard of the original, but this is the intense one. Very patchouli heavy, very Mademoiselle, like it really smells like a madame. And because I don't really go anywhere that's like brunch appropriate and stuff, I really more so go to dinner dates. I just haven't found a place to wear this yet, but I love this scent and I'm happy to have it in my collection. If you don't love patchouli, you might not like it, so I'd definitely say smell this first. But it's definitely it's sweeter and creamier than the original. The original is more summer, you know, summer appropriate, and I feel like it's a little bit sharp as well. But I've grown appreciation for this perfume and the original, so I wouldn't oppose to the original either. Then this is Scandal. You know that this is a honey scent. I got this for my birthday in lockdown 2 years ago, a year. Yeah, this year will make 2 years. Doesn't really matter, but so I don't think, obviously I haven't used it. I can't believe it's going to be 2 years that I've had this, and I thought I was blowing through my perfumes. But yeah, I love this scent. This is my nighttime fragrance that I mentioned, Leap. This is so sexy. I really love this. This is such a boss fragrance in my opinion. This is the intense version. The first version was a little bit sharper. This one is much sweeter. I particularly love the small bottle. I really love that. That is Orange Blossom prominent, so if you don't love Orange Blossom, you will need to get your nose on that. I think that's a note that's, you know, very potent, and it could probably throw some people off and they might not know what it is that they're smelling that they like or don't like, but it could be the Orange Blossom, because that was my problem with Orange Blossom. But I love it in this fragrance. Then I have my body oil. Oh, I missed my body oil in the back as well. I have my body oil Tom Ford Soleil Blanc, and I got this for my birthday last year. I only just used it when I went on holiday to Jamaica, because I was like, I can't have these body oils sitting and not actually using them. So you know that that's like a coconut inspired kind of scent, but I don't love this coconut scent so much, so I don't have the perfume. I just use the body oil and then I would spray another coconut scent over it, most likely KLE's Utopia Vanilla Cocoa. This one is my Coco Mad body oil that I got for my birthday. I thought that I'd be a lover of body oils, which I really do like, but I find that I don't use them as much as I thought I would. So that's the same for the Baccarat body oil. Smells a little sweeter than the Baccarat in my opinion. I think this would be more so leaning towards like Burberry hair and stuff, but I think Baccarat definitely has this woody base mixed in with the sweetness. and I think it's unique. I think no matter how people try to replicate this, I don't think they nail it. Zara's Velvet, whatever their inspiration fragrance is very woody compared to this, and I think that one even leans masculine, whereas I think this one has just enough sweetness and just enough woodiness to keep it feminine as well, balancing the two. So that is my opinion comparing that to the Zara fragrance. Yes, it does open like it, and I think, oh my gosh, it smells so much like Baccarat, and it performs just as well as Baccarat. It is loud, it's long lasting, but it is very woody in my opinion, which makes it lean more masculine to me. Then I have the Replica's Coffee Break, which I also got for my birthday last year. I love this fragrance. I'm glad I have it in a small bottle because I have so many fragrances, and I think the bottle is so cute. So because I'm a packaging whore, as I keep saying, I am glad to have this little perfume. I did this dent the first week and to 2 weeks that I got this fragrance, but then that's how I am. I will use something a lot and then I'll be afraid of finishing it, so I stop. But I think you should allow yourself to just like indulge in your fragrance, because at some point you do want to try something else, so you'll wear it a lot for that time and then you'll go on to something else. So don't stop yourself from using it, because then you might not actually go back to it for a while. So I've stopped doing that. If I feel like wearing a fragrance a lot, I'm going to wear it, because at some point I know that I'm going to move on to something else before it finishes. So those are the fragrances there in the top shelf. Oh, I forgot to mention that I have some tubes here, just some travel sizes. This is Red Fleur by Rihanna. I don't know why I keep them up here, but I just do. And this is Dolce & Gabbana, the only one. You're going to see these fragrances on the bottom shelf. I should probably have them down there. This is my Delina. I was trying that out. Then I have some tubes from Kayali here. I've got vanilla and musk on the ends, and then the other one I've got in the back is Invite Only Amber. I think Deja Vu White Flower was on the end of it. I broke it in Jamaica, so I only have one. I just realized when they broke that I can travel with different ones on the end. I know this sounds so dumb, but I didn't notice that I can swap them out. Just because they come like this doesn't mean I have to bring them like this. I can literally put the duo of the two that I'd rather travel with. That sounds so silly that I didn't realize that, but yeah. The only fragrance that I'm missing from my collection that I know I would be getting, because right now I think my collection is complete, is Baccarat Rouge, the X-Strike version. Let's go on to the next shelf. The next shelf is definitely my nighttime shelf. The same thing as the top shelf. The ones that I don't really use that much are in the back, and this only happened because of like height order of the bottles, and they just happen to be the ones that I don't use a lot. So that's Red Fleur in the back there by Rihanna, which I won't get rid of. I love the scent. I find that it projects more though in the winter time. When it's very cold, I feel like it fills up. Oops. I feel like it fills up my space. And I love it. That is patchouli heavy, but a sexy patchouli. And then I have Carolina. Keep hitting this down. Let me just move that. Then I have Carolina Herrera's Good Girl, the original. You know, that's a coffee fragrance, but to me, I feel like it's very floral and fresh, and I don't think it's as sweet or anything. So I have to mix this with one of my chocolate fragrances. I love to wear it with Wicked Good, or I wear it with Black Opium. I feel like they tie in together because their coffee scent is not like I'm giving a contrast, but it's sweetening that up. So that would be my fresh daytime coffee fragrance, if anything. I don't really think it's nighttime. I don't think it's sexy. When I wear them together, I definitely do get compliments, and I think it's the sweetening up of it, and that lasts really long, so it helps this one that doesn't last long on my skin, which is sweeter. And then obviously this is chocolate, so I only wear this one in the nighttime, and I don't wear a lot. I only spritz like 3 sprays of this one. It's a little bit of a bitter chocolate, so it's like dark chocolate, but it's still sweet and they mix well together. Then there is my Shagaf Oud by Swiss Arabian. I don't wear this a lot, but I love this fragrance, so I wouldn't get rid of it because it is good to have a contrast in my collection. That is an oud fragrance with praline in the bottom. It's a sweet rose oud, really nice. And you know that people compare it to Lancome's Oud Bouquet. I do think they smell similar. I have smelled that one in the shops as well, but I'm happy with this bottle. If I wasn't, I would have bought that one over this just because of the bottle, because that's how I am. Then I have Michael Kors Midnight Shimmer. I love this. I spoke about this smelling like a milkshake, like a vanilla milkshake. After a while now, I have noticed that it is woody. It is a very nice woody scent. So if you love this, I didn't pick that up before. It just smelled sweet like vanilla milkshake to me, but now it smells woody and I love that, but I just don't use it often. Neither do I use Labelle often, but I know that that's because the note that's prominent in this one is pear. But to any of my friends watching, no, I will not be giving this away, nor am I selling it. I do like this scent, I just don't reach for it often, and I think at some point when I finish a lot of my fruity fragrances, I'd wear that. I think that's an elevated fruity fragrance as well, not juvenile. Then I have this on the end here, which is one of my favorite fragrances. It's in the running. It's competing with my other favorite, which is the Elixir. So this one is Kayali's Invite Only Amber. This is cinnamon potent. It has cherry in there, which is fresh as well. Definitely autumn and winter time appropriate. This is my nighttime sexy. They're both nighttime sexies. I don't know if a man would love this on a woman, but I love smelling it and it's comforting. I wear it to bed as well. This one is an apple fragrance, a fresh apple fragrance, very sexy, patchouli based as well. You have to put your nose on this because I don't think everyone would love it. Rebecca Collazo here on YouTube described this one as smelling like fermented apples. She said it gives her like a boozy feel, like it's wine or something, and I definitely agree. That's what gives it this sex appeal. It's deep, but it's also not overbearing. It's strong but soft. It is definitely a boss fragrance, and I love this fragrance. This is like in the top fragrances in my collection. I'm gonna do a video for you with that as well, because now that I've curated my collection, I know what scents I really love, and I also know which ones are like my die-hard stay in my collection I would repurchase. And then this at the front here is Jeremy Fragrance Day for Women. This is a fruity fragrance. I believe this has a apricot smelling note to it. This is definitely something that if the price tag was much better, I would repurchase. Fruity, floral, pretty. I find myself really enjoying this, and a lot of people like this as well. I have the travel sizes of them as well, and then I have the nighttime version. I prefer the daytime over the night because the night has this kind of latex glove smell, which I didn't pick up at first. I think there was something in it that I knew I didn't like, but I wasn't sure how to describe it, and it definitely has a latex smell over that sweet smell. So it smells similar to this but amplified, and then with an added latex note, which is weird. So this is Kilian I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess. A lot of people don't love this bottle. I'm not sure why, but I love it. This doesn't give me any like strong projection or anything, but I do smell it when I wear it, which is mostly going to bed. I do wear it out in the day casually, but it's nothing that I would use to make a statement, but I do love it. A ginger marshmallow scent. It has lemon in there as well. I don't pick up like marshmallow. It does have this sweetness, but it's not like sticky marshmallow or what you'd really look for or think you'd smell when you smell this. I more so pick up the ginger and that freshness. It's like a sweet ginger freshness kind of perfume. I think because I'm running through all the perfumes, it's hard to try and remember all the scents and describe it properly. But if you look into my perfumes that I don't wear a lot but I love video, this will be in there, and I think I describe it much better. But I do like this scent a lot. This one I don't wear often, but I like it. I won't get rid of it, and it's because it's a little bottle, a little luxe bottle, which I love. It reminds me of like cognac or whiskey or something. This is Dolce & Gabbana The Only One. It reminds me a lot of Black Opium, but a fresher version, because it is a coffee fragrance, but it has like orange in the top, so it bursts with a little bit of zestiness. It's nice and sexy daytime scent, and it gives me a smoky vibe. I don't know if it's the coffee mixed with the orange and stuff, but it's as though you made coffee and then you added an infused tea. You know the fruit teas, like, yeah, the infused fruit tea bags you can put in there. It just seems like they've mixed it a little bit. That's how it smells like to me. I forgot to say that this smells like fresh coffee, fresh brewed coffee, and then this would be sweeter coffee, and then this would be like smoky, fruity coffee, if that makes sense. That's how I liken all three of them. Similar, but they have differences, of course. Let's go to the bottom shelf. I forgot to mention my 51 by Roja Dove. This was gifted to me. I keep saying by Roja Dove, but that's the perfumer. I need to say Roja Parfums. This is definitely a sexy perfume. I don't wear this often, and I don't think it projects or anything, but I love the fact that it's bergamot leaning, and I just think it's a beautiful take on a citrus. If you don't know, bergamot is like a mix between like orange and lime. Yeah, I think that this is
it's definitely worth a sniff.
So in the back here, I have Moschino Go Fresh Couture. I just don't use this often anymore. I had 2 bottles of this, the bigger, the 100ml size. Now I'm down to just the 30ml. I think this has peach in there. I really don't remember the notes in this, but it does remind me of Justin Bieber's The Key. This is a fruity effervescent perfume. These are the closest I get to citrus. If you notice, my citrus shelf, i.e. my summer shelf, also is very small. I only have 5 fragrances because that's not my favorite genre of fragrances. The next fragrance in the back there is Tiffany and Love. Very simplistic bottle, but I think simplistic bottles have this luxe feel to it. I love the Tiffany blue, of course, and you can see this is not used heavily, but I really do like this scent. This has basil in it. I think this is also grapefruit leaning. From what I remember, I really like my citrus scents to be sweet. They have to have a sweetness. If it's just sharp, I will stray away from it and I will declutter it, or I might keep it but I won't wear it often. It's like a sweet grapefruit scent. If you've ever eaten pink grapefruit, that's what it reminds me of. The next one in the back is Flora Botanica. You know that I love this fragrance. I also don't use this a lot, only because I never feel like the right setting to wear this, like the outfit, or I don't know how to explain it. And I had found myself pulling for it when it was raining, when it was really wet outside. That's when I was wearing this. This fragrance is known to have cannabis in there. Nope, it doesn't smell like, you know, when you're smoking the cannabis. It just has this lifted mint cooling kind of smell to it, and not like vapor rub or anything, but it's definitely a lifted floral. It reminds me of wet florals. I've said this many times, like either walking in the rainforest or the dew on the garden or wet flowers after a sprinkler. This is definitely a wet floral. Very pretty in my opinion also. The last 2 at the front here, this one is Versace Aerosport Femme, and this is the EDT. This is a lemon leaning scent, but the reason why I love this one is because it has the raspberry mixed in this perfume, which sweetens up the lemon. It doesn't make it smell like, you know, cleaning product or anything, which is one of the reasons why I think I got rid of the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense. I feel like the musk and the lemon, it was just too potent for me, and I just can't deal with lemon leading perfumes. I get a lot of compliments from this. I don't actually need a lot, which is why this is not overly used, but I wore this a lot during the summer of last year, and every time I wear it, I get compliments on this. I love this. It reminds me of a yellow gummy bear, but also mixed in with the red one or the pink one, but they melted together a little bit, so it has that sweetness and it has that lemon tinge. The last one is Marc Jacobs Decadence, but this is also decadent. I love this bottle. This was my version of light blue. I feel as though if light blue is too intense for you, you can definitely try this one because it's also sweeter. This also has a raspberry note in this. So whatever citrus I have leading in the top, I feel like it just needs to be sweetened. I thought I was going to be someone that strayed away from sweet fragrances, but I love my sweetness in it. Very spring and summer appropriate. I find that I don't wear this often, even though I really like it. And when I do wear it, I can't overspray it. I'm not sure why, but I'm not getting rid of this. So that was the last perfume, guys. I'm just going to show you them really quickly. I hope you liked this video. I hope you subscribe and comment down below probably your favorite, and I hope I see you guys in another video.